What does this past week and a half look like for you guys?
Yeah, I think it's looked like a lot of focus on us, getting back to the little details, focusing on, box outs, rebounding, team defense, and I say our offense has looked a lot more better in practice, just like moving the ball more and knowing where each other are going to be.
How much has recovery been a focus, just getting ready for the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, I think it's been very important. Coaches preach it, and so just us getting treatment with our trainers, taking care of our bodies, getting a lot of rest, but making sure that we're still getting shots up and know that we have a big goal ahead of us.
How has kind of the physical load adjusted in this last week and a half compared to leading up to the SEC tournament? I know Kim had mentioned that last game maybe not handling it as well as you guys should have to kind of make sure you're prepared. So how's that look different?
Like I said, I think it was a lot of focus on us. So like getting treatment, getting our off days that she gave us, but still maintaining focus and then coming back and getting some like skill sessions in and just really competing against each other. We had a really good competitive practice today and it was just a lot of fun.
What are you looking forward to about heading up to Columbus?
Honestly, just being with my teammates and focusing on the first game that we have at hand with USF, which is a tough team coming in, and we're not going to look ahead, so we're going to focus on them.
Mentally, emotionally, how do you guys feel this week?
Mentally, I think we feel good. We're excited. We have players that, that might not have been to the NCAA tournament before. So, with the selection show yesterday, it was just fun to see everybody smile and hearing our name being called. But also, we've had people that have had experience at the NCAA tournament. So, just having a goal in front of us. And like I said, just focusing on the first game at hand and then going from there.
Speaking of just a selection show, I know it's 43 in a row, but I know you take a lot of pride in being a Lady Vol. What does that mean to you to be a part of a program with such historic reputation?
Yeah, it means a lot. We have a lot of great players ahead of us that kind of set the stage for us, and we're just keeping it going. So we're appreciative of the people that, have always had the jersey on and the people that are going to put the jersey on as well.
What have you seen in the last week and a half of practice that makes you confident in this team going into the NCAA tournament?
I think we're all on the same page. I really do. As a team, I think our chemistry, I've seen it. Like I said, very competitive practice, just competing against each other, having fun, and the little things, high fives, joking around with each other, and just getting back to us and what we love to do, and, just being a gritty team out there.
Why do you think that may have kind of gone away leading into the SEC tournament? If you had to get back on the same page, what do you think kind of led to maybe it lacking a little bit going into the SEC tournament? Yeah,
I'd say lack of paying attention to the details that we needed to and kind of overlooking things that the coaches told us that we need to focus on. We kind of let those slip by. But, after you lose a couple games, you kind of have to self-reflect. So I think that's what we did as a team.
Have you seen Kim change at all?
What'd you say?
Have you seen Kim change at all now that you're in the midst of postseason of March Madness?
No, she's consistent. Like, she really is consistent the whole year, from preseason, non-conference to conference to the SEC tournament. She takes every game seriously, every practice seriously. It's not because we're playing this team, she's going to be up here and then down here. She's consistent.
What is the best part about having a coach that is just so consistent, so baseline the entire season?
I think it just helps us focus. It kind of helps players not get too high and get too low. And I think with the tournament like the NCAA tournament, you can't get too high and too low. You got to really focus on the game at hand. And then after you win that game, you have to move on really quick to prepare for the next one.
Strength-wise, do you think that time off gave you guys fresher legs again? How do you feel strength-wise?
Yeah, I think it helped people in different ways, mentally, physically, and emotionally. And I think, like I said, with everybody being back now, we're all on the same page. And just knowing it's towards the end of the year, so we only have a few more games left, depending on what we do. So just really enjoying the moments with each other.
You're in the same situation a year ago, going on the road for the first few rounds. What did you learn that year that you think you could apply to this season?
You're going to be playing in a tough environment. You're not at home. We wish we could have hosted. We love our fans, but I mean, it is what it is. We're on the road, so we got to take the first game at hand, and then if you win that game, you're going to play on somebody else's home court in front of their fans. So you just really got to be locked in with each other and be on the same page with your teammates.
What is just your mindset as a leader? I know you were part of this last year, but it could be your last game any time now. So what is your mindset and what are you kind of preaching to these younger girls going into this?
I think as a leader, just getting on everybody, making sure we don't take any possessions off because every possession can be the difference of a game. And making sure that I don't put my fate in other people's hands in the sense that if somebody else takes a shot, don't just stand around and hope somebody else gets the ball, going and getting the ball and trying to control what I can control and hope that makes a difference in the game.
As a follow-up to that, coaches talk a lot about how this team's offense and offensive inefficiencies, when they happen, affects the defense. How do you prevent or how do you change that narrative about this team that your defense is not dictated by what you do offensively.
That itself, you got to lock into just that. Like we preach that, and we know that. Like when our shots aren't going, we can still play defense and make a difference and get steals and then see the ball go into the rim or get to the free throw line. So I think it's just like not settling on offense, still being aggressive, but making the right play and getting the right shots that you're going to get, and you should make them. And if not, then find a way to make a play, get an O board, get an effort play, get a turnover, get a steal, and I think it will help our offense as well.
What encourages you most about this team and what you guys could do in the NCAA?
That we've played a lot of tough teams this year. We played a lot of tough teams close, but we've also beaten a really good team in UConn and other good teams in the SEC. And I think that the SEC has really prepared us for the NCAA tournament with a lot of teams getting into the field from the SEC. So I think that gives us confidence going into it. But just who we have in the locker room with our team and our staff, I believe in them, and I know they believe in me.
I know it's not been 24 hours since you guys have found out who you're going to play, but just the first scout or just first couple of scouts, what have you seen out of South Florida?
I know that they're a really well-coached team. I know that they have high IQ. They run a lot of sets, run a lot of plays, and try to get people downhill to score, but also they can shoot the three really well. So we got to defend the three ball, box out because they O-board well. So it's gonna be a tough game, and we know that. We're not taking that lightly, and we're going to be focused.
Off note or whatever, has Ken let you meet Connor yet?
Yes, she has. Yes, she has. We were so excited to see him.
When did that happen? What was it like?
I think it was the SEC tournament. We were watching a film, and we were watching a film of the game, and then I think I turned around or somebody else turned around, and we saw Connor, and we're like, Connor! And we ran over there and saw him. And we saw him yesterday, too, at the selection show.
So worried about the germs?
I don't know, but hopefully we're clean. Well, we're clean. We're clean now, so.
I love that.
All right. Thanks, y'all.